All right, second member of the Elite Four, focusing primarily on ghost types. Again, one more time for the record, we have no item or no Pokemon that has super effective damage, so we are just going to go for the Leech Seed Cheese. And as you can see, the Dusclops is protecting and sidestepping, and then I go to click it one more time, and I'm like, whoa, we're running out of moves there. What's going on? And I completely forget that Dusclops has pressure as a passive, and we vanilla wafer every single leech seed, and he protects. It looked like one or two of them, and now I have no leech seed on the table, so we just go ahead and go to the second part of the plan. Okay, we're not going to get any healing. Slateport always clutches with that sleep powder. Yes, she does. Gets the Dusclops to sleep, and then I'm like, okay, so as far as ramping up, we have the Fortree, we have Tropius in the back. That's not going to okay, that's going to be something here, but Dusclops goes ahead and wakes up on the first turn. We get two gross in, and that's not going to do much against a big, beefy Dusclops. I mean, it's going to do more than nothing, but the confusion comes down, and we are all or nothing at this point. We are going all in for the third growth. That is also getting the pressure, but the curse comes down, and that is going to be taking away almost like a belly drum pop right there to half health. And I'm like, okay, we need to get this show on the road. And Fortree does clutch through the confusion, still above 50% on our side of things, and we get rid of the Dusclops. So that's good. And can we sweep with that, though? Can we get through? And the ace comes down to level 51 Dusclops, and we get another monster curse proc. We're going to have to pivot into Petalburg, our Duckling, to tank the Ice Beam, as it's the only one who can take the neutral damage. And that definitely would have killed Tropius on further inspection, but we get frozen upon the switch. So not only do we miss every leech seed and it gets gone by the pressure ability, we get frozen on switching in and cannot get unfrozen. This is disgusting. This is just so disrespectful. I am feeling Juan right over there in the corner watching from his dead body. That is super dark, but I can feel him, the Kingdra lurking, and everything is going out the window. No more leech seed. The Duckling is gone. That is going to be our best pivot, as it takes neutral damage from those super effective ice beams that go to the rest of the team. So we go all in, checking out Slateport, who does eat a super effective or a special defense drop from the Shadow Ball, I should say. And now we're scared of the super effective ice beam, but we clutch yet another sleep powder. This Vileplume, this flower in disguise is clutching, is giving us hope when there is none. If we keep Breloom alive, we should be able to sleep the third member no problem with the bulk up strategy. So we're going all in. Slateport's like, I will take this into my own hands. Goes for the Petal Dance. It's only 70 damage in Gen 3 though, and it's not enough to kill the Dusclops in 2 hits. Dusclops gets a Citrus Berry for reprieve, and I am feeling grim. I am feeling the darkness creep in. We could not get a fadeaway critical. Dusclops holds on. In the red, gets a monstrous Ice Beam, and Slateport is clinging to the berry. It's just an Oran berry, as I did not prepare the berries. We only had 1 or 2 confusion berries, and I wanted to keep them for later just in case some cheese came down the line. But really, I didn't realize this was going to be such an obstacle, and we are seeing that firsthand as a full restore gets the beefy Ace Dusclops back to full, and this is trouble. This is absolute trouble. Confuse Ray comes down, hoping to keep the team safe. Can Dusclops just pimp slap himself in the face? And no, she cannot, as another super effective Ice Beam comes down. This moveset is immaculate. I should know. I used Dusclops in one of my last Gen 3 runs. He is such a beefy tank with a beautiful moveset, and there is a critical hit Ice Beam, and there is nothing. There is just nothing left here. You can Amnesia to the heavens. It doesn't matter. The Shadow Ball would go through anyway because it's physical in this gen, and I do believe with that crit Ice Beam, someone is going down. I am so bad at planning for plan B and plan C, especially in an only grass run. You've got to have more on the table going in. So we go all in for a Sludge Bomb, Poison on top of the confusion. Dusclops breaks out. We barely tank the Shadow Ball. We tank a not very effective Earthquake. The bulk up comes down. Do you have any more Ice Beams? Yes, you do. And she slaps us in the face with yet another one. We're going to get another Oran Berry for reprieve because we had a bunch of those stocked up in the back. Why not? And now the only one not bleeding out is the Sceptile. We're going to sacrifice the Cradily. We are going to give away this beautiful fossil Pokemon Fall Arbor comes down, eats a fadeaway Ice Beam. We'll never know what it's like to be level 56, but dies for the rest of his friends. Absolutely ridiculous, and that gives us a turn to squeak in with our Vileplume to get one Protect in, to get rid of that Ice Beam power point. Then we get a Moonlight to get a massive heal, and the Vileplume is standing in front of its teammate saying, I will be the one, I will do this. And Slateport takes another Ice Beam, and we're going back for a Protect Cheese, get rid of these Ice Beams to keep the team safe, to figure out what in the world we are doing. I rarely go in for stall strats, but my goodness, it is calling for it, and that does mean the Dusclops is out of Ice Beam. So we clutch yet another Sleep Powder. This Vileplume is seizing MVP right now. If we can even make it out of this, this is insanity. We're going to go all in for the Stab Leaf Blade. We are letting her go. I'm going to get a quick drink break here. Goodness gracious. As Dusclops lives with 1 HP, what is this mindless violence? We take a not very effective Earthquake, though, no problem, and we fade away with the Leaf Blade. Beautiful stuff. Little Root wanting that level 56 club here. Bayonet comes down, and can we just get another Leaf Blade? And I do believe I am about to make another crucial mistake as Bayonet teases us with a Grudge, and I'm like, oh, you got a Grudge, bro. That's cute. And I go all in with the Leaf Blade, completely forgetting what Grudge does because I am a pro Nuzlocker, and Grudge is going to get rid of the rest of our Leaf Blade procs. And I'm going to be like, okay, look at this. We have the Miracle Seed on the Sceptile, so not only was it high crit chance and stab, it was also buffed. And look at this, the Earthquake gets Sableye to half, but can we finish? Little Root, can we do it? We literally get a fadeaway critical to bring us from the ashes, and that only leaves the Bayonet. However, it's going to be an easy 2-shot with Leaf Blade. We have Earthquake, that's our second best, and it's not going to be enough. So now, instead of just cleaning out the Bayonet with 2 shots, we are stuck in this situation again. We do have Slateport to swap into. Petalburg is probably dead on swap. Tropius dead on swap. The Bayonet comes in with a Stab Shadow Ball, which actually hits pretty well because Bayonet is better physical in this gen. My goodness, what are we doing here? We go for the Protect, and it does have a super effective Psychic, which is special attack, so it's not going to lead into the big stat that the Bayonet has. Maybe just get back to full HP. We go all in on a Sleep Powder, but Bayonet has Insomnia, and I am just so disappointed in myself. I literally have the movesets and abilities right here, and I get so flustered that I completely botch this. On top of that, we get crit by Psychic. I have never been punished so hard in these last 2 videos by the Kingdra and by Phoebe. The critical hits, the freezes, the disrespect, and I just go all in. Slateport fades away with a Petal Dance. Good night. The game plan here is we're just going to open with Slateport or Vileplume, put the Glalie or Celio, whichever one comes out first, put them to sleep, and ramp up with the Breloom. I think 2 bulk ups will be enough to get the job done. In my other run, I believe it was the Ruby run recently, the Walrein actually held on when I attacked it with a Stab super effective Brick Break from the Rustboro. Even if the attack stat is busted, you got to get some bulk ups in there, and this way we'll be able to do that. So Celio is asleep. We can go for Leech Seed to try to heal back, or we could just go all in with the bulk up. We get 1, and if we can get 2, I'm pretty sure we outspeed every single Pokemon, and that'll be it. So Rustboro plus 2 attack, plus 2 defense, and is pretty fast. I think we got some speed EVs in there as well, but the Celio drops. So that is 1 down. 4 to go. Another Celio comes down. That should be a parting gift. Beautiful stuff there. Another Brick Break rains down. The Chubby Walrus falls, or the Seal, I should say. And there is the Chubby Walrus. She is coming out with all of her glory. We're not going to waste any time. We're going in for the Stab Super Effective Brick Break, and it is enough to fell the ace. Beautiful stuff there. And now there's only 2 Pokemon left. The Glalie comes down. Another Brick Break from yours truly, Rustboro. We swept Sydney with our Breloom, and now we are sweeping Glacia with her as well. She is a staple. She is here to stay. She is now tossing the MVP crown back and forth with the Vileplume. That just leaves Drake and Champion Wallace. We have 5 Pokemon still intact. And this is it. This is our 7th attempt. We chuck out Petalburg, the Duckling, the Ludicolo, and we cheese the Shelgon with a Protect as it cheeses us with a Protect. I just wanted to keep one of our Ice Beam moves alive, but it doesn't even matter. It ends the same just as it began, and the Shelgon falls. So we have a 4 times super effective Ice Beam on most of these Pokemon, plus the Never Melt to Ice to kind of push us over the edge just in case it's not enough. As we tank a super effective Aerial Ace, no problem. The Altaria goes down. So that's 2 down, only 3 to go. And yet again, another Kingdra. Juan and Drake are in cahoots here. He knows what the Kingdra did to me last time. So we've got to watch out for that. We're just going to go for a Giga Drain to get some health back and see how much that does. And the paralysis comes down. So very unfortunate. And now we're going to have to roll everything on the fact that we are not going to get paralyzed. And we do. Another Body Slam comes down and we are in trouble. So very unfortunate. We check out the 4-3. We do not get paralyzed. We are a very beefy tank. We are Littlefoot from the Land Before Time. And we do have Magical Leaf, which can go through the evasion of Smokescreen, but a Dragon Dance comes down, and we're just going to see how much this does off the top, and that's not a lot. So we're going to need some growth or something to compensate for that damage, but the withdraw from Drake comes down, and the Salamence comes out to play. And what is this next level strat as we growth for nothing as the big scary dragon is here? I think we're just going to roll it all on a Body Slam, honestly, cripple the Salamence with a Paralysis, and try to go from there. Fortree's going to have to tank a Flamethrower right out the gate, and that is brutal. That is some brutal damage, but we do get the roll. We do get the Hail Mary Paralysis matching the Kingdra, and we're going to check out our starter, Sceptile, in the face of a Paralyzed Dragon, and that is a terrifying prospect. But we do have the super effective Dragon Claw. Is it enough? It brings it into a good spot here, but the Citrus Berry for reprieve. That means if we can't kill it here, it's going to get the full restore and lose our paralysis, and it holds on with 1 HP. What is this mindless violence as a Flamethrower comes down? At least it didn't crit or burn. We're going to try to pivot to the Vileplume as the Salamence gets a beautiful full restore. Drake missed the memo. We're not supposed to be using items in battle. He does not care. He has never cared. And the Flamethrower comes down. We protect Cheese, that junk. Another Flamethrower comes down. And that is so much damage coming from the pseudo legendary. Good golly. But we do clutch the sleep powder. And while the Salamence is sleeping, can we sneak an Ice Beam off? This is it. No paralysis. Petalburg, you absolute monster. You dancing duckling in the rain, come here. Absolutely. So now the Salamence is gone. That was such a Hail Mary. Kingdra comes down, floating at half HP. We're back into the same position here. So we can either go for Giga Drain for reprieve and see where that lands us. Maybe we can get Kingdra low enough to where we chuck out Sceptile. I don't know. The Giga Drain comes down and it gets Kingdra into the red. But does Drake have another heal for him? I'm pretty sure he does. I maybe should have given Petalburg a Paralysis Berry instead of the Never Melt Ice. But we could have ended up in a tough situation if we didn't one-shot with the Ice Beam. So it's really tough to understand that. And the heal comes down on top of a paralysis, which is just brutal. But we do sneak and protect him to see what he's going for. He goes for a Dragon Dance. And I am tossing this into next week. What am I doing with my life? Maybe go all in for a Leech Seed. Chuck the Leech Seed down, and that way when we do swap around in Cheese, we can get some heal up. We do have Moonlight and Protect on Slayport. We could completely cheese this. Potentially the Body Slam comes down, no paralysis, no crit. Beautiful stuff. We're going all in for a Leech Seed, but the Body Slam comes down. We hold on with 36 HP, and I have lost my absolute marbles at this point. This is just some very weird nostalgia of, wow, I am putting myself in these ridiculous situations, but the Kingdra gets a little bit greedy for a Dragon Dance there, and honestly, I will take that because this is going to be a little bit scary, but it lets us live on 70 HP instead of getting hit by that Body Slam coming in. We could have got paralyzed there as well as a third Dragon Dance comes down. The Kingdra wants it all. He is in his throne. He is in the driver's seat, but we get a nice cheese on the Protect. Even though, oh my god, 23 HP, 23 HP, the Protect Moonlight Cheese is in full effect, and look at that heal, look at that monumental heal on top of the Leech Seed chipping away. This could be everything. The Protect comes down, swapping in between the Moonlight and Protect could be our saving grace. Slateport heals from the Leech Seed. The Kingdra is getting chipped away. The throne is being dismantled. Can we cheese? Can we be the one? If we get crit or paralyzed, this could spell disaster, but we hold on. The Vileplume holds. The Moonlight comes down, and we heal all the way back to full with the Leech Seed, and that's going to open the door for the Protect not to fail us. We're using it every other turn, And if Drake does not have a heal, the Kingdra is gonna fall to the ultimate Leech Seed Protect Moonlight Strat cheese. And I am losing all sanity as the Kingdra goes for a +4 Dragon Dance. He's gonna go for the one-shot body slam right here onto the Vileplume. He's sick and tired of it, but we still have Protect in the back kitchen. Let's go. Body slam is blocked for the last time, and the Leech Seed that the Breloom chucked out with everything he had left is enough to take down the Kingdra. And now we have the Flygon. This Flygon does have Flamethrower, so we are going to chuck all of the powder. We're going to chuck all of the sleep powder at him as we take the Flamethrower, and we do live just above half, which is absolutely glorious. We might be able to cheese that as well. We are going to throw out Littleroot and see if we can get one Dragon Claw down, see how much damage, maybe a potential 2-shot onto the Flygon. It is going to be a 2-shot, but the Flygon wakes up from its slumber and snipes our starter from Littleroot to Drake. Goodbye. Oh my gosh. Who would have thought that this run would be so centered on a Vileplume? You go and catch the Oddish and you're like, yeah, this is it. Like, this is everything. So we send out Slateport, get another Protect in. We have the Protect Moonlight Cheese. I think my thought process here is just use up all of these flamethrowers, because if it doesn't have flamethrower, it can't nuke any of us, and we might be able to cheese something. However, we do have to tank that one. We get a monumental Moonlight, and now we can potentially cheese this. We don't have the sleep powder, but we are just getting rid of all of the flamethrower TMs or power points, what I'm even saying at this point. The flamethrower comes down, and as long as it doesn't crit, we are inching our way out of crit range, which is absolutely everything. Look how much Moonlight heals. That is incredible. What an absolute move for a hardcore Nuzlocke. The Protect comes down, and it's beautiful because when you're healing with the Moonlight, it resets the Protect, so it's never gonna fail, which is glorious. On top of that, it heals for so much as the Moonlight comes down again, and the Flygon is slowly losing ground as Slateport is getting into a safer space. And I do believe this is going to open the door just to slap the Flygon with the Petal Dance because of how low our Sceptile managed to get it. I think we're going to be just fine here as we continue to toy with the Flygon, and I'm speeding up here. We're just going to use up Protect, use up Moonlight until there's nothing left, and now it's all or nothing. We can either try to Sleep Powder and swap into someone who can finish off the Flygon, or take it into our hands with Slateport and see if she can finish the job with the Petal Dance. Looking at the health bar, I think we can do that. I think we can absolutely do it, but for some reason I get risky for the sleep powder, but we land because Slateport's an absolute monster, and now we have more room just in case Flygon doesn't die to the first one. It does not die to the first one, so the sleep powder was actually perfect because we would have walked in and we might have died to the flamethrowers. Absolute calculation. We barely squeak out of Drake's fight. We have 4 Pokemon against Wallace. Take a timeout, and this is the end. So here we go. We send out Ludicolo, and the plan is to literally stall this magnificent whale until it's got nothing left. So we've got Double Edge, Blizzard, Rain Dance, and Water Sport. I don't want to risk any Water Sport crits or any Double Edge crits, so right off the bat, we are completely cheesing this Wailord between Rest and Protect. I do try to chip him with Surf, but then we get a critical hit, so I get too nervous there. We don't want to mess with that, especially in the rain, as that's going to do double damage. So we don't want to accidentally kill the Wailord and then let the plan go to waste. So we have Rest. We're just cheesing that. We just need these 5 Blizzards gone, and I do believe that's the 3rd one already, so going really well there. Okay, we are running low on Rest and Protect, and I just said we didn't get crazy crit or anything, but when I used Rest, we get crit by the Double Edge, which is the whole reason why we're doing this, so the Breloom doesn't fall to that fate as well, because we need the Breloom to be as healthy as possible. We saw with our Cacturne how we got sniped, but I am willing to risk it all for our Dancing Duck in the Rain here, and we wake up. I believe that was the 3rd or 4th turn we were asleep, so it was a high chance we Protect and block the final Double Edge, and we are faster, so we get 1 more Rest, and this Wailord on that moment is out of his Double Edge, he's out of his Blizzard, and all he has left is Rain Dance and maybe 1 or 2 Water Spouts. The Sleep Powder does miss, which is unfortunate, but here is the struggle that literally does hardly any damage, and we clutch the Sleep Powder on the 2nd try, which is just glorious. It's everything you ever wanted it to be. We've lost so much on our way here. We've lost half of our encounters, but here Respiro comes in, and the wake up on the next turn is super unfortunate. we're just going to go for it. This is it. We are we are just going for it all. We get one bulk up, and that is going to block the struggle, as it is a normal type move hitting for physical type damage. As I can't even talk anymore. The struggle comes down, but we get another bulk up in. That is essentially 3 bulk ups, and we're looking really good. But at this point, we need to be healthier. So as we bulk up, let's get the Leech Seed in there, and let's heal that back. Let's do this, and let the Wailord struggle. Just let him do his thing. And I don't think Wallace is going to heal him on this second time through, but that's okay. We're just going to bulk up and look at how much healing that Leech Seed does in comparison to the struggle, especially since we're getting more and more defense, and that is counteracting the ramping up of the struggle, which is really nice. So this is actually working out beautifully, and Rustboro is able to get back to full HP against all odds, or basically full HP here. We are full 158 out of 158. One final bulk up comes down. The Wailord struggles for the last time. We get one more Leech Seed, and I do believe we are going to let this whale take its final rest. We're going to go in with the return. It has the Silk Scarf, Insanity High, physical attack stat. We have talked about this. We have said this more and more, but the Milotic comes down, and in Flygon HG's video, he went for a return and was slower than the Milotic, so he got hit with the Toxic. So I try to be a big brain strat and go with the Mach Punch +6, and Milotic still lives. On top of that, Milotic doesn't get the heal, and it reveals to us that we were faster anyway, so we eat the Toxic for nothing. The miscalculation. I am just a babbling buffoon at this run. I am not clutch. I am not the one, but Rustboro says, hold on, Chief. We got this. I'm going in. The Tentacruel is probably the scariest Pokemon on Wallace's team, as it has Stab, super effective Poison, as well as super effective Ice Beam with a busted speed stat, as our Rustboro, our Breloom from the beginning, fades away with a return and is gonna succumb to the Toxic. Absolutely brutal stuff. If we didn't get hit by that Toxic, we would have won right there, as we would have just returned on Ludicolo and returned on Gyarados, and that would have been all she wrote. Now, thankfully, Ludicolo's got the Leech Seed, Giga Drain, Surf, and Double Team combo, so it is super annoying, but we don't care. He really can't hurt any of our grass types, which is the beauty of this. So I will take that, but the double team is going to be so annoying, and all I want to do is completely use up all of his moves. There's the Surf, no problem. We have a ton of healing still on the Vileplume, as we've seen, and really, we're just going to get Fortree out there. We're going to get the Tropius, and the only damaging move that he can do is Giga Drain and Surf, which is just going to do pitiful damage. However, if I get crit with the Fortree with the Flying Tropius, then I'm going to get really nervous, as it might open the door for Gyarados to do something with like Dragon Dance and Hyper Beam. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure we've got this in the bag, and it's just going to have nothing. It's literally going to have Double Team and Giga Drain to his name, which does literally nothing. We are just going to growth into oblivion here. And the Leech Seed doesn't even affect us, because we are a grass type, which is really nice. Growth on top of growth on top of growth on top of growth. It's not going to be enough to kill the Ludicolo, but that is fine. Leech Seed does not affect. We go in for the 2-tap. I did not have a ton of special attack on the Tropius. He ended up being more of a bulky tank, but it's okay. Everything's fine. The final Pokemon, Gyarados, comes down. This was not the most tactical. This was not the most well-deserved run, but my gosh, we fade away with a second Magical Leaf, and we finally end this run only using Grass-type Pokemon, Pokémon Emerald with the Hardcore Nuzlocke slant. I am tired, I am broken, but we walk away with 4 Pokemon still intact. This was for the Cacturne, this was for the Shiftry, this was for the Sceptile, and this was for the Forgotten Cradily that died to Phoebe. Well done. Rest easy, guys. As always, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it, and I will catch you on the flip. Peace.